Hi, my name is Lawrence Vasquez, and this is my story. I don't know very much about both my parents, even though occasionally saw them. I did find out that I was in her custody for 4 years, but out of the 4 years, two of them was in foster placement. And at the age of four, uh, she decided to give me over to my father. All I remember one day is she was forcing me to get in the car, and I was oppositional. She lost her cool and went out in the backyard looking for something, found some wires, and physically abused me very severely. Threw me in the car and kicked me out. And I was crying, and my father heard me crying, and that's how I ended up being with my father. Little did I know that he was a heroin addict, and because of that, he was in and out of jail, and he couldn't provide for me. When he was out, he had five sisters, and we rotate among the five. And my living quarters was in a garage. They used to put up cardboard and paper so the air would come in and be cold. I wasn't really permitted to mingle or be with their family in the house. I mean, I had access to the restroom, to eat, and to shower, but that was it. I was very, very lonely. If somebody was depressed, I was very depressed. I ended up being an extreme introvert. I had to learn in order to survive. I had to shut down my emotions, whatever feelings I have or thoughts, because there was no one around who was interested in how I felt or what I was going through. So in order to avoid the pain, I just avoided feeling anything in my life. And as a result of that, my social life as I was growing up with friends was very limited. I remember in junior high school, during the breaks and lunchtime, I would stand in a corner by myself, looking at other students, sitting with their friends and talking, sharing the meal. And that's the way my life was for a long time. I got to a point where I start feeling that I was an accident, that I shouldn't be in this world, that I wasn't wanted. One day, I visited a friend, and he was going to church, and he invited me, and I went. It was a Christian church, and when I got there, the people were very cordial, real friendly, interested in me, and that attracted me. It attracted me, and I went back because I was getting attention that I never gotten from my parents or from friends, and it felt good. And I went back, and one day I found myself at the altar, and I felt like somebody put their arm around me, and I just felt maybe it was God doing that, so I relaxed. And that was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life, is to feel that somebody put their arm around me. I felt like it was an arm of affection. My issue from the start was I felt rejected. And all I wanted in life was for somebody to love me. That's all I wanted. I've come to realize that you really don't ever get over your childhood upbringing. What you learn is how to cope, control them from making damage in your life, taking damage in your life. And some things I've eliminated, and other things I still struggle. From that moment on, my life changed. You know, I went to school, I went to college. The first year I flunked all the classes because I didn't have a good year for listening. I didn't have study skills, but I survived. And from there, things got better, and grades improved. And I began to excel and excel. And from there, I got a full scholarship to USC. I graduated with a master's in social work and went on postgraduate from that for 5 years toward the PhD in psychology, which I did not finish, but I was excelling in my grades, and I began to realize that I had a brain, and that helped me to feel better about myself. I got married at a young age. I married her for the family. I was attending the church where they were attending, and they kind of like adopted me. So I was always hanging out with them, being exposed to healthy families, conversation that I never had a chance with my own natural parents. And, I started show interest in one of the girls, and eventually, years later, we decided to get married, but for the wrong reason. From that relationship, I had two boys. Their names were Larry, and my other son was Jonathan. And unfortunately, I lost both of them. Larry, I lost him when he was 16 years old to cancer. And my son, Jonathan, who was around 23, 25, his life was taken. I was thinking back that with my sons, I never told them I loved them. And I don't believe I ever put my arm around them. I was still struggling with not having the ability to show affection because I didn't know how to do that because I never received it. And as a father, I said, I hope they knew that I loved them. They were very precious, very unique, and I miss them. But from that experience, time went on, and I was fortunate to meet my wife, who I'm married now 44 years. We met, and 3 months later, we got married. As I look back, she was a blessing of God to my life, because all that I'm able to do now, as far as showing affection, words of affirmation, came through her mentoring me and showing me. From this relationship, we have 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl, and they're doing great. They're doing great. They're creative. They're excelling in their jobs. I mean, their life is much different than what I had. I'm starting in my old age with my kids, especially my daughter. I didn't hug her in the beginning. Now I'm hugging her, and I notice that when I hug her, she goes like this, like she stiffs up and she says, "What is this?" And I pull her in and I said, "I'm learning to hug you, okay? I'm learning to hug you. Enjoy it, relax. Enjoy it." And she's releasing, and now we're hugging each other more. And, and I'm complimenting my kids and saying all that I can, because I know one day I won't be here, but I want them to excel. I want them to thrive in their life and have meaning and purpose to their life.